Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're taking a close look at something really fascinating and, well, increasingly relevant. Emotional well-being in 2025.
Yeah, it's definitely a big topic right now.
For a long time, the path to feeling good emotionally, it often seemed to involve just accumulating more, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. More techniques, more gadgets, more self-help stuff.
Exactly. But what the sources we've been digging into reveal is quite a profound shift. There's this powerful trend towards simplifying one's emotional life.
Simplifying, that's interesting.
You know the feeling, right?
Yeah.
We live in a world just saturated with information, constant demands, and sometimes, well, a sense of superficiality in our connections.
It's a lot. Definitely feels like overload sometimes.
So it's not really surprising that many people are now actively seeking to reduce that sort of emotional noise, trying to rediscover a sense of clarity and genuine serenity.
Getting back to basics in a way.
Precisely. And this brings us right to the core concept for our deep dive today, emotional minimalism. So the fundamental question the sources really help us tackle is, what exactly is emotional minimalism, and maybe why is it gaining so much traction now?
Well, what's truly insightful from the material is how they actually define this. Emotional minimalism is essentially a deliberate act. It's about lightening your emotional burden.
Lightening the load. Okay.
Yeah, by focusing intensely on what's truly essential. It's kind of like stripping away the superfluous, Not just in your house, but like inside, in your inner landscape.
Right. Not just physical clutter, emotional clutter.
Exactly. And the sources highlight several key aspects of this focus. First, it's about cultivating authentic relationships.
Okay.
Even if they're fewer in number, right? Rather than just collecting loads of superficial ones.
Quality over quantity there.
Precisely. Second, it's about intentionally reducing your exposure to unnecessary sources of stress.
Which could be a lot of things these days.
Oh, absolutely. And they specifically mention things like constant online conflicts or information that just seems designed to amplify anxiety.
Yeah, that doom scrolling trap.
That's a big one. And crucially, it involves mastering the skill of saying no.
Ah, the power of no. That's hard for many people.
It really is. But saying no to commitments that don't genuinely serve your inner balance, ultimately it really boils down to a conscious choice.
A deliberate choice.
Deliberate for quality over quantity in all your interactions and, well, the feelings they evoke.
That makes perfect sense. It sounds like it's more than just taking a break. It feels more proactive, almost like surgical in approach to our emotional lives.
Surgical is a good word for it. Intentional.
The sources do hint at why this trend is emerging now, and it seems really deeply connected to what they call emotional overload.
That feeling of just being swamped.
Yeah. I'm curious, what's the deeper insight from these sources about the drivers behind this widespread exhaustion and maybe feeling a bit lost? Is it simply the volume of everything, or is there something more nuanced going on?
It's definitely more nuanced than just volume. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the sources reveal something quite ironic.
Okay.
Our constant digital connectivity. It has actually amplified feelings of isolation for many, not reduced them.
Wow. So more connected, but more alone.
Kind of, yeah. So people are now intentionally pruning their emotional inputs, trying to cultivate a truer sense of connection and, well, purpose.
Pruning, like gardening for your mind.
Exactly. Yeah. And in response to this emotional surcharge, many are adopting what our sources call emotional sobriety.
Emotional sobriety, what does that entail?
It's not about being emotionless, not at all. It's more about a clear-eyed, intentional approach to your emotional landscape. A bit like how one might approach physical sobriety, mindfully choosing what you allow in and, importantly, how you respond.
Okay, mindful choice. But that raises a really important question, doesn't it? How does someone actually do this simplification without just, retreating entirely, becoming a hermit?
That's a great point, because it's absolutely not about becoming a hermit. That's not the goal. Right. And the sources give us some remarkably concrete ways to implement this, which is incredibly helpful.
Okay, practical steps.
Yeah. One key practice highlighted is something called relational clarity.
Relational clarity.
Essentially, it means clearly defining and communicating your needs and boundaries within relationships, making sure they're genuinely reciprocal and healthy.
So clearer expectations, better boundaries.
Exactly. Another big one, especially in our modern world, is about information consumption.
Ah, yes, the fire hose of information.
Right. So choosing your sources carefully, actively limiting time on, say, social media. It's about being profoundly intentional with what you let into your mind.
Being a gatekeeper for your own attention.
That's a good way to put it. And beyond those, the insights suggest actively integrating calming rituals into your daily life.
Rituals? Like what?
Could be anything, really. Meditation, maybe writing, conscious walking, anything that helps ground you and, create moments of stillness in the day.
Finding those pockets of peace.
And an interesting point made, connecting back to the clutter idea, is also about decluttering your physical environment.
Oh, so the physical space does impact the mental space.
The research they point to indicates that, yes, a simpler, more ordered space actually seems to foster a more peaceful mind. It all kind of contributes to that overall feeling of emotional lightness and intentional living.
It sounds like a holistic approach then. Mind, relationships, environment.
Very much so. It touches on multiple areas.
So let's say someone really embraces this. They commit to it. What are the observed benefits of truly committing to emotional minimalism? What does this kind of discipline ultimately unlock for us, according to the sources?
Well, the benefits described are quite compelling, actually. This way of living, it allows you to better manage your energy and your time.
Which everyone feels short on, right?
Absolutely. It feels like a constantly scarce resource for so many. It also seems to foster a more attentive presence when you're with others.
Meaning you're more engaged.
Exactly. You're more truly there, engaged in your interactions, not distracted by inner noise. And ultimately, it helps you rediscover a really profound sense of rootedness and inner freedom.
Rootedness and freedom. That sounds powerful.
It allows you to focus your newly freed up energy on what truly resonates with your core values.
And that really brings us towards the close of our deep dive today. It seems really clear that emotional minimalism, as we've discussed it based on these sources, isn't about retreating from the world. It's not self-isolation.
No, absolutely not. It's quite the opposite, actually.
Okay.
The sources really reinforce that. It's presented as a way to live more fully, to be less scattered, and far more centered.
Oh, centered and more present.
Right. By simplifying, the idea is you can then reconnect with what truly matters most to you. Live with greater intention.
Living intentionally. That seems to be the core thread.
I think so. So maybe a final thought for you to consider reflecting on all this. In a world that constantly asks for more,
Always more.
what small, deliberate less could unlock more of what truly counts for you?